Protesters in Myanmar again fleeing bullets on the streets of Yangon. Live ammunition used elsewhere, too. Protesters in several other cities and towns are facing a stepped-up violent crackdown, and more cases of security forces shooting unarmed protesters in the head.
We protest peacefully, but they crack down on us violently. The more they crack down, the stronger the revolution is. We have decided we will continue until we win.
In a news conference, the military junta restated its intention of holding on to power only until new elections can be held. Election fraud in November's polling was its reason for the power grab, yet the generals have provided no evidence of it. They also accused deposed civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi of taking bribes and others in her cabinet of corruption.
Former Yangon Regional Minister Phyo Min Ten said he gave Aung San Suu Kyi himself $600,000 in cash and 11 kilograms of gold between December of 2017 to March of 2018.
Some watching the news conference at a Yangon tea shop call it one-sided and question the junta placing blame on protesters for starting the violence when they have no weapons.
They are saying that the whole country is carrying out acts of violence. It's horrible, it's hurtful. We have given our time, we have given our lives. The military does not care and says whatever they want.
In another move, the junta has taken the Arakan army off its list of terrorist groups. It's one of 24 ethnic armed groups in the country. It's been removed from the list, according to the junta, because they have now stopped attacks in order to help establish peace. Some of the other ethnic armies have sided with the anti-coup protesters. And across its eastern border, Thailand is preparing for the possibility of a refugee flow from Myanmar, those looking to flee the military's crackdown. Thailand's immigration department is converting a football arena into a processing center with health screening. For now, there hasn't been a large number of people trying to cross the border, but in anticipation, the Thai military has increased its patrols along the area. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera.
And let's get an update on the situation now with Tony Cheng, who also joins us live from Bangkok. Tony, there were less protesters on the streets today, I understand, but still more deaths.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen people coming out in their tens, if not hundreds of thousands, but facing the onslaught from the military and the police. Not surprisingly, reduced numbers today. And yet they still faced this barrage of tear gas, rubber bullets and live fire in some occasions, in some places. In the central township of MYANMAR, we understand 7 people have died. Some of the footage we've seen showing wounds that are clearly consistent with sniper rifles, high-caliber weapons that Amnesty International, in a report they released overnight, said are being used by the Burmese military. They say they're waging war on their own population. In Yangon, one person is confirmed to have died, another in Mandalay. And we understand there are others too in other clashes around the country, but they can't be confirmed yet. But what is very clear is that the military and the police are using this high level of aggression, continuing to press against the protesters. Protesters are still coming out, but I think facing the horror of these wounds, clearly many people are getting quite apprehensive. Nonetheless, they feel that they still need to come out, and they're doing so in large numbers.
Tony, thank you very much for that update. Tony Cheng live in Bangkok.